Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in. So today a question came in that I wanted to make sure I got some information out to you guys. And the question was regarding lower backs and what can we do to strengthen them without weights. Since we don't have access to a gym right now, that can be sometimes a little challenging. So what I did is I put together some stretches and then additionally some exercises. So the stretches can be done whenever you want. A lot of times it's helpful to do first thing in the morning or after a long car ride, really whenever you just feel like you need stretching. And if you are having lower back pain, the more you can stretch out and loosen things up, the better. The exercises that I'm going to show you are just a set of exercises that will help your lower back, but they also will strengthen your core, because sometimes there's a strong correlation between weak core and lower back pain. And that's why so many of us have lower back pain, because we're sitting a lot, we're driving, there's so many different things. So anyway, go ahead and let me know what you think. And if you have additional questions, please let me know. Thank you so much. Okay, so the first stretch I'm going to show you is a glute stretch. This one is really good because it stretches out your legs and your lower back, and sometimes your hips are tight, so this is really helpful for that. So what you're going to do is you're going to put one foot on top of your knee, and then you're just going to pull it gently toward your stomach. Just pull it straight back. You can even interlace your hands behind your leg and pull back. Hold that, rock back and forth, and hold it for as long as you want, maybe about 30 seconds, and then switch. Try to pull it back gently, and for a little bit of extra stretch, gently push your knee forward. That helps a lot. And make sure that you're breathing and you're keeping your lower back against the floor. The supine twist is done on your back. Put your arms out to the side, and then just move your knees slowly from side to side. Look in the opposite direction that you're moving your knees, and really relax and hold it. And just let your back relax when you drop your knees to the side. Anything with a spinal twist is really good. And make sure your shoulders are staying flat against the ground. Repeat this one a few times as well. This one's really good. It'll get everything stretched out. Okay, next exercise I'm going to show you is cat-cow. Cat-cow is one of those classic exercises, but it just works. So we're on our hands and knees. Our back is flat. We're going to press our back down and look up. And then we're going to push our back up like a cat. Pull our belly in. And then do it again. Press our lower back down. And arch our back down. And then we're going to look toward the floor and pull our belly in, round our shoulders up, and push our shoulders up. So we're like a cat stretching. And just do a few sets of these. Okay, the last exercise I'm going to show you is the twisting dog. It's kind of a funny name. Not really sure why it's called a twisting dog. I don't know any dogs that stretch like this, but it's almost like a windmill. So you're gonna start standing shoulder width apart. You're gonna bend down across your body, and you're gonna reach toward your ankle, and then come up. And then you're gonna go down the other way, reach toward your ankle, and then come up. If you can't touch your ankle, that's okay. So a little bit of a modified version would just be reaching toward your ankle, and then come up. The main purpose of this one is to stretch your spine, and it also gets your lower back. But you don't want to stretch down too far, so just go as comfortably as you can. And you want to make sure that you're looking up at the ceiling. when you're down toward the floor. So the next exercise is going to be an extended side to side. For this exercise, you're gonna lay down as if you're doing a child's pose. So straight forward, lean all the way out in front of you. And then just walk your hands to the side. Hold, and then come back to the front. And then walk your hands to the other side. And you're just gonna go back and forth. And I would hold a few seconds on each side, because that's where you're really gonna get that stretch, is when you're off to the side. Just make sure you keep your head down and relax your back. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you just a few exercises that are going to help build strength in your lower back as well as your core. The first one is a two-leg bridge. With a bridge, you're going to lay on your back. You're going to put your hands flat against the floor and your feet against the floor as well. And you're just simply going to lift your hips up and you're going to squeeze your glutes and squeeze your abs, hold, and then come back down. And I like to aim for about 2 sets of 12. And just make sure that you're holding in your core, you're holding in your glutes, and you're lifting up your hips as high as you can and squeezing. So not only are you going to be strengthening your lower back, but you're also getting in a little bit of a bonus booty burn, which is always good. Second move I'm going to show you is the floor cobra. This one is great for stretching out your back as well as your abs. So you put your hands directly under your shoulders and you just gently push up. You just want to hold it and then come back down. And you can just repeat this one a few times. You don't need to do a lot of sets of these. This one's more just gonna stretch out your lower back and your abs after a hard workout. And it's also gonna build some strength in your glutes as well as your lower back. Third exercise is a plank. Plank is one of the best total body exercises. You really can't go wrong. Whether you can do it for 15 seconds or a minute, doesn't really matter. Try to just work up to whatever you're comfortable with. And remember, you're always looking for good form. So, you want to make sure that you're up on your toes and you're on your forearms and that your elbows are directly under your shoulders and that your hips are always being held up by a nice strong core. If you find that your back is dipping down, that your knees, or not your knees, your legs are going toward the floor, push everything back up. And you just want to hold. The most important thing is that your back is not arching with the plank. But you really, like I said, you really can't go wrong with the plank. The reverse crunch is one of the best ways to build a stable core. Lie on your back. Hands go on the floor for stabilization. Lower back is pressed against the floor. Your feet go up in the air, and then you ever so slightly reach toward the ceiling by pushing with your hands and lifting with your the strength of your core. Now this one's really good for building the strength in your core that will lead to less back pain. One thing not to do is don't try to swing backwards. You don't need to do that. It's a very small movement and you just want to reach toward the ceiling. Okay. The last one is marching and it's also on your back. Go ahead and lay down. Put your hands against the floor and your feet at tabletop. Lower back pressed against the floor. And you just touch the floor 1 foot at a time and come back up. This one's not going to feel like much, but what it's doing is it's building stabilization in your core. And it's also building strength in your lower back. Which the more strength that we have there, the better off we are. Okay, And like I said before, 2 tips for building a stronger core and a stronger lower back is to make sure that during all exercise that we're always bracing and drawing in toward our belly button, because when we're not controlling the way that our body is managing that distribution, it can lead to injury. So let me know what you guys think. Hopefully this was helpful, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much.